So we've picked all of our colours and we know what layout we want for our collage. Now it's time to find the bits to put it all together. So the thing that's going to take the most time is looking through all these bits of papers, newspapers and scrap card and coloured card to find the bits that you really like to use. Now you might find loads of stuff and you might not use it all, but that's okay. Just go through and rip bits out that you think might be interesting. Here I've picked bits of purple from the Queen's Jubilee in this newspaper, and now I'm looking for other things that look kind of purple. This picture looks kind of purple, so I'll pick that out. And I want some black as well because she wants black on her dress, so I'm picking pictures that have got black in, going through and having a look. There's a picture here with lots of people dressed up in black, which will be useful. Now I'm going to do a stencil of what I want the picture to look like. So it's really rough, it doesn't have to look good because you're going to be covering it in paper anyway. So I'm just drawing a rough sketch of what I think she'll look like. I've got her hat there, and now I'm looking for some more coloured paper. I've got these origami sheets which are really useful. You've got lots of little patterns on them and it's good to mix them up. Now one thing that's really good is to lay it out before you glue anything down. I like to rip things up and see where they're going to look, if it'll look okay. I've got some purple bits here, seeing how that's going to look if it's in stripes. And remember, you don't have to rip everything out. You can use scissors, you can do a mixture of both. See, what I've got here is I've put them in different directions, I've cut out little shapes, and it looks quite good, it looks quite effective. It looks like a background, and it looks like she's got a top on that's got stripes. Now I'm looking for other bits to go in it. I want to find eyes. Now they might look a bit funny because in the magazines eyes are in different directions, or people have got their faces turned to a different way, so the perspective might not be what you want, but that's okay because with collages it can look like anything. It might look a little bit funny, but that's fine. We're just putting it together and see what it looks like. I'm cutting bits out and moving it around to see if I like it or not. And then I've got to find other bits of skin tone, so I look through and I find patches of skin that might look okay. These all come from different pictures, so they don't have to all look the same. It can all be slightly different bits of colour, they can be different shapes, and then we just move them around and see what it looks like. So I'm happy, so I'm gluing them down. What I did do wrong was I didn't think about the layers. So you want to think, what's going to be on the very top bit when I'm sticking everything down, because I want to do that last. So her collar on her dress is going to be above her neck, the skin on her neck, but I've left the skin in the neck to the last bit, so now I've had to sort of peel it back up and put it back down, which can be a bit of a hassle. So think about what's going to be on the bottom and what's going to be on the top. But if you do it wrong, it's fine. You can just peel it back up, you can take it off or do it again, or just layer it up in a different way. After all, it doesn't really matter, it's just about having fun with it and seeing what it looks like. Now I'm moving on to her hair, and Emily was an older lady when she was working on the railway, so I want to make sure that her hair is grey, and bits of newspaper is perfect for that. Even though it's got text on, it still looks grey and it's got different layers of colour, so I think that works really well. And I've done the same mistake again. I've put her hair on, even though that's the thing that's going to be on top. So when I come to do her hat in a minute, I'm going to find that a bit tricky, making the hat shape around her hair. I'm doing her bun at the back, so you might see a little bit of her hair at the back because she's got her hair tied up in all the photos that we see of her. And here I am. I'm now finding bits of yellow to put on. As you can see, I'm finding it quite tricky to fit it around the hair because I didn't think about the layers. But that's okay, I managed to do it. I moved round and all the stripes are in different directions. Again, that's okay because I think it makes it look a bit more fun, a little bit more texture to it and a bit more interesting. So it doesn't have to look all neat and tidy, it can be messy and you can glue lots of things on the top. In fact, my fingers got really sticky and messy doing this. Now I'm adding a bit of pen. And that's the fun thing about collage, is that you can add things on top. You can draw over it, you can add stickers, you can even find things outside. You might want to put leaves on it or something if you were doing this at home. And then I decided that I'd forgotten to put some ears on, so I found some more skin and I put the ears on either side, and I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Ta-da!